stream.
Hello, everyone.
This is the On the Phone crew.
Are we live?
No.
Please be.
No, we're not live.
I
We're
don't
gonna
think
have
we
confirmation.
live.
This is a new
We'll
tech
find
setup.
out.
Yeah.
We're live.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna post this.
We have a new tech setup.
We have a new everything kind of setup.
They say
Smack the computer or whatever. I can't reach the computer or whatever.
Do the
But thank you
computer?
for the recommendation.
What the
Okay.
computer?
smack it. If it's not working, smack
This is
it.
weird. I feel like I have to throw my phone someplace.
You can put it
Okay,
in the
looks like
bucket.
people at least
Looks
are
like
seeing
everyone's
us. Okay,
here.
can you see us? Can you hear us? And I assume you can see us because you're already talking to us.
Yep.
Hopefully you can hear us okay.
Neff says video and audio are good.
Okay,
Everything,
and
so
everything's in sync hopefully.
sounds like it.
This is a very different setup than what we're used to.
It is.
But it might be something we kind of stick with in the future. So hold on a second. I'm gonna toss my phone
Do you
out of here.
want to just put it in the bucket?
So
Other stuff's gonna go in the
if anybody keeps
Oh,
wondering why
okay.
we keep looking like this direction instead of at the camera every once in a while, it's because we have a monitor over there with your comments and stuff ready to be read. So even though we should be, here, we'll be over there every once in a while.
Mhm.
And I have a mouse off screen, so if you see my hand
Groping things.
lurking
off
off
camera.
screen.
I can't.
But welcome to our February live chat
Woo!
in our ball pit.
Woo!
Woo!
I feel like that's gonna like break the microphone, so we'll have to be careful how often we like woo.
Sorry if we hurt you guys.
Like I said, new tech, we're adjusting to it, but we're excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Cover some rules first.
Sure.
We have some moderators in here right now. Neff and Joe is in here, and I assume maybe Malcolm or / Maltonio will be in here eventually. I think that might be it this weekend.
Oh.
I know Jens is not going to be here.
Sure.
I'm
Okay.
not sure about Aiden, but they will be moderating the chat. So follow their rules and listen to them and.
They're
If-
great. They know things.
Exactly. They'll be answering your questions as well in the chat. A lot of questions we get a lot, basically.
Mhm.
So,
So
Yeah.
if we're not answering it, but they are, please pay attention to them. They're us extended.
Basic rules that they're going to tell you. Don't spam the chat. And I'm seeing some people spamming the chat. Thank you for the example. Please don't do that. Spamming the chat would be either asking the same things over and over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again, or filling it up with like things like emojis. Don't do that. Make
Or-
your time count because I think we got slow mode on.
We
Yeah.
do have slow mode on, so you cannot post one right after the other. You have 20 seconds in between, 30 seconds
20
in
or
between.
30, maybe 40 seconds, depending
Yep.
on how out of hand and rowdy things get.
So plan what you want to say, and if what you want to say is just hi, okay, but you can't say anything else for a few seconds. So there you go.
Don't swear and don't use hateful speech. Don't antagonize the other people in the chat.
Don't ask for shout outs.
Yeah.
We don't do shout outs.
Yeah, we try not to do shout outs. However, there's going to be a special new way that you can maybe get a shout out of some sort. Who wants to explain this? Because this is a fun, different change to our live chats.
I can.
Do it.
We will be doing shout outs, sort of, via our super chat. Normally, if you do our super chat, it's the little money icon next to the emoji smiley face, where you can donate to us. And usually, if you did that, you could ask a question and we'd answer it. But we found that we were kind of bogging down our live streams with too many super chats and weren't really getting to answer as many questions as we wanted to from people who weren't super chatting. So from now on, if you super chat, we will take a marker out of our bucket here, write your username on one of these fancy balls in our ball pit, and we'll give you a nice shout out, say thanks for the super chat, and we'll move on to other questions in the actual chat.
That's true. And then your ball will live in our ball pit for eternity. Isn't that exciting? You can have a ball with your name on it. And we do have people come over for shoots who will get in this ball pit and hang out with us. We'll have meetings in the ball pit, things like that. So it's one way that you guys can feel like you're actually kind of part of the channel's like behind the scenes business, or even part of the on the scenes like live chat business by having your ball someplace in the ball pit. So yeah, that's a new feature we're going to be trying. We hope it is fun and it doesn't bog down the chat as much as some of the questions in the past did. Yeah. Any other rules that people need to know?
If you do have a question for us and want it answered, write question in all caps to help us get attention to it, and we will do as many as we can in the next hour and hopefully answer some important things.
I want to nominate right now that we write our moderator's name on a ball here so that the first ball with a name on it is Neff and Joe.
Yes.
Can we do that?
Yes.
All right. Who wants to write a name? I'll write
I
it.
think you want.
I'll write it. I don't know how
Well,
hard these are gonna
what
be.
if we lose them?
Gold.
We're
Gold
not
might-
gonna
I
lose
grabbed
the
gold,
balls.
too.
They're like contained.
Gold
They-
might show up better on that dark color.
Yeah.
Sure. Fair enough. Let's use the gold.
Last thing, do we want to talk about what our February musical is and get that out of the way?
Oh, that is actually. If your question is, will you do blank musical? The answer is always maybe. So we don't generally answer those on live streams, but we will tell you upcoming musicals, which is what Nate wants to do right now. Which I think AJ's about
Nate
to agree
wants
to.
to do right now.
I
Sure.
can. I don't know how much detail we're revealing about it, but we are going to be doing another Sonic the Hedgehog musical.
Woohoo!
So
Hopefully that's
yeah,
a move for you guys.
I'm gonna. You can talk about
Yeah,
that
it
if you
still
want.
doesn't show up that well, to be honest.
Aw, but it's there.
While we're
Yeah.
doing
I'm
this,
gonna hold it so it dries.
Honestly, I don't think the plastic's
thanks
good for these.
to Cheery Gotcha for your
think
super chat. I'm gonna write your name on one of our ball pit balls right now.
Woo! Yes. Okay. So we've covered everything, including that some questions like, "Are you going to make blah 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 the musical?" The answer is always going to be maybe, with the exception of the Sonic the Hedgehog song that we are working on right now, because there's a Sonic movie coming out this year. So we're kind of excited to give our take on what we think the Sonic movie might end up being, except we don't think it's going to be this at all. We're going to make our own movie is what we're saying. So that's going to be coming out really soon.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is happening. Okay, sorry. We got more
I'll
names.
take
that are coming
Brandon.
up. Cool. So we've got a question from Creator San. How did you come up with the beard? I've loved your videos for 4 years now. Thank you, Creator San. And that's an excellent question. We get it actually frequently in person.
We do.
Yeah. So the story behind the beard is back in film school, there was a horror video festival where people would make their horror movies and submit them. And they were always like either super artsy, where it just didn't make sense, or they were super gory. It was one or the other. And like the night before the screening was going to happen, where all the videos were due, we decided we wanted to enter something in as like a joke. And we wanted it to be neither artsy nor gory. We wanted just something silly that would really shake things up and interrupt the flow of all these other horror movies. So I think it was, who was it? Was it Nate and me, and that was about it. And Mike Sutter.
It
We
was
had a friend,
me,
Mike.
you, and our friend Mike.
Yeah,
who actually
3
played
people.
the beard in that.
Yeah. So only 3 of us, and we were like, what if we made this horror movie where this like creature with a beard just follows this guy around, and like you think he's gonna do something evil to him the whole time, like an actual horror movie. But the thing is, he just makes him uncomfortable places. He doesn't do anything to him, and he always says things like "woo." So that is the start of the beard, and the video I think is online someplace. If you look for,
It is.
I think you have to look for my name. If you look for AJ Pinkerton,
Yes.
the beard, I think you can find it. We can't put it on YouTube because it's full of licensed
Copyrighted
music.
Yeah.
So we'll get a lot of copyright flack if we put that on YouTube now. But yeah, so that is the start of the beard. Hopefully that's a satisfactory answer.
The
but
beard.
yeah.
All right. We tell them when we write their names down, right?
Yes.
So Brandon Games All, thank you for your super chat. You're now in our ball pit.
Woohoo!
And thanks to LC Winkler as well. You're in our ball pit, and we've got a couple more here now.
Oh man,
we've got our boy.
piling up.
We've got our boy Malcolm Howard here, who is one of our mods.
Malcolm.
We can actually
He's
answer
one of
his
ours.
question if we want.
Oh please.
Malcolm, your name will be in the ball pit now as well, since you super chatted.
Mm-hmm.
But he wants to know what our convention schedule for 2019 is.
Ooh, wonderful question. We just talked about this the other day. Who remembers what we came up with?
Oh, right. We are going to convention.
I mean, hopefully we can tell them what we're like leaning toward.
So we've. Oh darn it! Which ones did we say we were?
Oh, apparently I'm gonna answer this.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's too early,
Damn.
guys.
Okay, so we are trying to make attempts to be at VidCon this year. I know it's like in California, it's like an hour away, so it seems ridiculous that we're never at that one. But this year we're trying to make strides thanks to our network, Machinima. They're working to try to put us into VidCon for once. We are looking at E3 again. I know that that's another of those, like, you got to pay to go. I mean, you have to pay to most conventions, but some of them are more pricey. VidCon is a little pricey, but it's a YouTube convention, so hopefully you get your money's worth. E3 is a gaming convention. Maybe not your thing, but we might be going to that one too. We've talked about Comic-Con, not to do like a panel, but maybe like a meetup there. And that's in San Diego, which is again California. So I'm sorry to you guys that don't travel that far. But if you are around here, you might see us at Comic-Con even. And we'll let you know. We have an About section of the YouTube channel, and it actually lists upcoming conventions that we're confirmed to be going to. There's a couple others, I think, scattered in. Right now, we don't have any, I think, anime conventions out of state.
We don't have
Or
anything
in-state?
that we're actually like paneling at yet, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah, everything we're
So-
going to so far, we're there as guests ourselves to check it out and roam the halls and stuff.
So if you want us at a convention near you, you can contact them and let them know that you'd like us. And they're a lot more likely to bring us if they know that people want us there than if we just ask them, hey, can we come and do a thing? Because they want to know that you guys are going to be excited. We want to know that you guys are going to be excited.
Yeah. And I'm not going to say are going to be at certain things, but there's a good chance we might be at certain things we were at last year. They generally all seem to enjoy having us there, and we would go back, and if they invite us back, we'll go back there. But it's still too early in the year to know any of that yet. So
EV9er Studios, thank you for backing us. This is your ball. It's in the ball pit now. I'll bop Nate on the head with it. Oh, I missed him. It's no good.
And
Hey.
Nathan Vlogs, you're also in our ball pit.
Nathan
Thank you so
Vlogs
much.
is
it's
in
not
our
me.
ball pit.
That's not me, though.
Oh,
Where?
All
We're
right.
just, like,
All these
chucking
people
them.
that are
Now
in
that
the-
we've gotten through that stuff,
Say, we're going to find them in like future live chats too.
This is
That's
gonna
the
be
most
great.
fun part is we'll be like, hey. Maybe that's how we sign off when somebody has to climb out of the ball pit and turn it off.
So we have to
We're
read all
like,
the
all right,
balls.
find out the ball.
Oh, we can turn
Who's
it
the
off
name
from
in
here.
here? Oh, we can. Okay.
because it's all.
Well, that's good. Question from Dakota I'm sorry,
Unangst.
Unangst.
That's cool.
Why did you choose to make music videos? I want to know. Please answer. All right. So, why did we choose to make music videos instead of animation or vlogging or gaming? That's obviously one that's pretty popular.
Well, you did one early on that was
Mhm.
supposed to be like a fan video for Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
And it went really well. And it was funny. And it was fun.
Oh, well.
That's
How about not in the same live chat?
So,
All right, so new rule. We won't write your name on a second ball in the same live chat. You have to wait till next month.
anyway,
How about that?
it's fine. I was
But
just letting you know.
every month you have an opportunity to add another ball to the ball pit.
Yes. So after the success of that one, it was a good idea to keep going, and it stayed fun. And we like, making the actual costumes and having the live action versions of all these already usually animated characters because we do video games. And it's kind of, I don't know, I always think it's neat trying to translate from an animated thing to a live action thing, and that way you and your friends get to be silly.
Silly.
Yes.
I like silly business.
So that's why we do it, because we like silly business.
Yeah. And there's more of a market for that. You'll see that there's an oversaturation of certain kinds of videos. One thing there's never really enough of are video game songs. And if you disagree with that, that's fine. But honestly, even with as many people that are doing them as there are now, and you can name off a bunch, off the top of your head, JT Music, Dan Bull, CG5, Oreo. You could just the rabbit hole just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. Stipendium, Rocket Gaming. You can just fill up, a tub of these, and yet there are so many more great songs to be had out there, and there are so many games that deserve, songs about them or made of them. So yeah, that's part of the reason we do it. Is there's just a really good open market for it, and you guys don't get tired of them. Hopefully.
Anyway,
And that's fine. Again, we're going to reiterate that if you super chat us twice in the same live chat, we're not going to add a second ball, but we don't mind, if you've got questions and stuff, you're still free to do things like that. We just don't want to be, we don't want somebody to donate like a penny every 2 seconds with their name on it. So you can do that like once, and then you have to wait till the next live chat.
And thank you for letting us know that the lights are flaring for you. Think that's why you said you were super chatting. We will check up on that, but I don't think
The lights are flaring. Is it's too bright, or?
it's that was his second
Oh.
super chat, was the light keeps flaring randomly.
I
But we'll check
don't
up
know.
on that.
It's probably the webcam, to be honest. the webcam that we're using probably is seeing the light and doing some weird thing.
It might be trying to autofocus or something.
I can turn down the light because I don't know that we need it to be this bright.
I don't think we need it to be this bright.
So yeah, how about I do that? I'm
Okay.
gonna exit the ball pit here for a second.
Hang on, it's gonna get noisy.
Don't hit the webcam.
I won't. I'm gonna exit this way. We'll turn down this light a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't
So-
produce our stupid flicker effect.
Let's figure out another question.
How's that? Is that better?
Probably.
Yes.
Okay. Now it's getting hot. I turned the heat up because the balls are so cold.
Look what you did.
There it is. Hit the webcam that time.
You're good.
Well, I'm gonna be down the ball pit now.
A little iffy now, but
Oh, because our names are on our heads.
yes, that's
Oh.
what it is. It keeps autofocusing. That's probably what they're talking about.
Do you want me to adjust the webcam or?
Maybe.
Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Sorry,
We'll be
AJ
right back.
hit the camera.
Oh, why did I do this? Why did I do this? Excuse me for a moment.
While we do this, we got this person.
Jay Crazy is going in our ball pit. That sounds
Jay Crazy. That's probably fine. If you see the thing flaring up, it's probably because their camera's set to autofocus in case we move, and that's probably what it's doing. It's like fixing itself. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. Now find a chat.
Okay, so this is a little
Someone,
right there. Sombra.
Sombra Rasava wants to know, why are we in a ball pit?
Okay, so
Why aren't you in a ball pit?
we gotta be honest. The ball pit only entered the house because we've been joking about having a ball pit to do like our meetings in, and then Gwen and I happened to get married last year and had the opportunity to make a wedding registry, which is basically people send you gifts. So guess what kind of gift you think Gwen and I decided to put on our wedding registry?
You know, most people on wedding registries order like
Toasters.
toasters and plates and waffle makers. And,
Blenders.
like, we had a toaster on our wedding registry. It looks like the Death Star.
Someone got it for us.
Someone got it for us. And like that's perfectly fine when we're like setting up house, like when you're moving to a new place together and you need to fill out this new house. I was moving into AJ's house. He already has a bunch of stuff, and I already had stuff from my old place. So like we really didn't need a lot of those like kitchen appliances, that kind of stuff.
But you know what neither of us had in our houses?
A ball pit.
Guess what we have in our house? A ball pit.
So we have some lovely friends who helped us make our house that much more joyful, which is what wedding registries are for.
Oh, I helped buy some of the ball pit. Yes.
Because Nate wanted a ball pit too. He wins when we win, sometimes. Yeah. And that is the story of why there's a ball pit in this house. It is very simple, to be honest. The ball pit consists of a swimming pool, and
a
then
lot of
a lot of balls. I
Actually,
think.
guys, guess how many balls that we
Yes.
have.
All right, let's play this game. How many balls do you think are in this ball pit? Because we did have to buy a lot of them.
And also I get to write Luna Tones on one of these. Thank you so much,
Hey, Luna.
Tones.
Thank you for adding yourself to our ball pit.
Oh, and she's dedicating this to the people at Amino, so I'm gonna write Amino underneath your name. okay?
Amino. Oh, the RE Amino community. It's Bonnie's favorite thing.
All right. Do we
I
have
was on
another question?
Amino again last week, I think. I'm weird. I've been doing like a weekly Amino sweep just to see what I've been missing, and then I disappear again. But which is better than Discord. I've been really neglecting our Discord community, and I'm sorry about that. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
The Sonic one is actually incredibly big. I don't want to confirm anything to numbers, but there's more than one song going on.
And there's a lot of characters going on.
True. It's the most Sonic characters we've ever actually covered in one song. Which is saying something, because like the last one we did was Sonic Boom. How many people did we have in that one?
5? 6?
Sonic, Amy, Tails, Knuckles, Eggman, and the
Badger.
Badger. I can't think of her name. Sticks.
Sticks.
Yeah.
6?
That's quite a few.
We've got a guess of 1,875 balls in here. That is too low. There are more balls. Oh, somebody just got really darn close.
Flippy was pretty close.
Yeah, I think Flippy's the closest so far.
Mm-hmm.
Flippy said 8,000 balls. That's getting close.
Oh, amazing. FNAFinator also said 8,000 balls. Somebody said 1,000,000 balls.
1,000,000 balls?
We
You
do
wouldn't see us
not.
anymore after a
I
million.
wish there was a
You'd be
million.
drowning.
Somebody else says 80,000. That's Marshmallow Maniac. Nope. Sorry, that's too many too.
Do we have an exact estimate?
Emily Collins, hello. I'm
Emily
so happy
Collins
to
is
write
not the
your
number of
name.
balls in the ball pit, but it's good to see
No.
you, Emily. I think our
Oh.
exact estimate was, what, 8,400?
This reminds
Yes,
me.
8,400 balls.
Vincent Ross says it's his. I assume him, Vincent. But Vincent Ross says it's their birthday next week, and it reminds
Hey.
us that we forgot to do our birthday
Our
shout out
birthdays-
to everybody who's born in February.
Better late than never. Let's do it.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
All
all
you
you
February
February
birthdays.
babies. February babies.
Yeah.
Emily Collins.
Emily Collins.
How
this-
fun.
This is fun.
Now you're in our precious ball pit here.
Anyway,
Anyway, good guesses, everybody. Those are a lot of close
8,400
ones.
is the exact number. Thank you so much for guessing, guys. This was fun.
Maybe one day we'll have 1 million. If we ever run out of enough balls to like have all your names on, what we'll do instead is we'll just start buying more balls, and this just will keep getting higher and higher. So you guys will dictate how many balls are in this ball pit. It's a little shallow right now, so we can find the bottom easier. But maybe one day it'll be like up to here instead.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, the Knight of Vesti has a question for us. They want to know if we'll do Who's Your Daddy after Sonic, and then will we do Shovel Werewolf Season 4, please?
maybe and definitely. Who's your daddy? It's unlikely, but you never know. We don't rule out anything generally, and we have some of our next musicals planned, but not the full year. So you
Yes.
never know. But the Shovel Werewolf definitely will be coming in October, as it does every year. So season 4 of the Shovel Werewolf will happen this October
Yeah, if
for
you guys-
Halloween.
If you didn't know, it is a seasonal show. It happens
Yes.
every year, but it always happens at the same time, which is right coming up on Halloween.
Yep.
And if you want some hints for what's going to be happening in Season 4, go ahead and check out the Christmas special from Season 3. There's tons of goodies there to maybe tell you what's coming next.
True. Yeah. That's the fun thing about Shovel Werewolf is you can actually see a little bit of a pathway for him. So if you watch all the episodes, it's not so hard to kind of predict where things are heading. You can at least get a general sense of what he might be in for. He drops a lot of hints, actually. They just always sound like jokes, and you don't think he's serious. Yeah. Yeah, let's get another question.
Another question.
Another question. Here's a question from Megan Thomas. Question: do any of you watch RuPaul's Drag Race?
I used to. I don't anymore.
Is it still going on? There are new seasons?
I think it's still going on. I
Okay.
think the reason I stopped watching it is because they used to have it for free on their website, which was like Logo TV, and then VH1 started airing it, and VH1 didn't put it on their website anymore.
Oh.
And I was like, well, sorry.
I'm not gonna pay for this.
I
I'll
like
watch
watching
free.
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna subscribe to like VH1's channel or
It's
something.
like YouTube. Like if I just watch commercials and that pays them, okay.
I-
Sign me up.
It's something I don't understand why TV channels are TV channels are so resistant to putting what they air on the internet. Like there's still ads, they still make money. So you're basically like just losing viewers. I mean, like, we're not gonna put it on our site.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, stop
Sorry, I wanted to add some balls.
Oh, my foot's asleep.
Uh-oh.
Mine is
Asleep.
too. I was trying to figure out why. I think there's like a ball squishing me somewhere.
Foot
Squishing me somewhere.
Squishing me somewhere.
I haven't seen RuPaul's Drag Race, actually.
I have not either.
I know I have a lot of friends that watch it, but haven't seen it. I haven't watched a lot of TV, to be honest. Right now, we're watching Game of Thrones again because the last season's coming up. Gwen and I are still finishing Gravity Falls because we're way behind there, but we have finished one of the 2 seasons, and there's only one more season to do. And that's an excellent show. Highly recommended. I still have a playlist of My Little Pony on Netflix that I never finished, and they're up to like season 8 or 9 now. Supernatural, Gwen has been trying to get me through. I'm on like season 5, which I hear is a pretty critical season for that show.
He hears.
I hear people tell me things. That's most of what I've been watching.
Yeah, and Survivor.
And Survivor, I forgot. We—that's our reality guilt show. What guilt?
Guilty
our
pleasure?
Our guilty pleasure, yes, is watching Survivor.
That's gonna be starting up again.
Yeah, and it's fun because over the years we've gotten to see like people that are in the like online space start appearing on the show. Like Mari from Smosh ended up on one of the seasons fairly recently. And it's funny because we've geeked out with like Matt Pat actually from Game Theory used to watch a lot. And so like again, when he started seeing people like Mari going on, it started like begging the question like who else from YouTube might show up on this competing against like normal people? Could be kind of fun. Maybe it'll be Nate one day.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna send him out on a desert island. We all win that way.
And then I win, and then I never work
Oh
for you
no!
again.
Then he wins $1 million and leaves. And
Rebecca Scowcraft wants to know if there's a time when our cats have disturbed and or destroyed a scene or equipment.
Probably.
I know we've definitely been downstairs and heard crashes. I think was it the FNAF set that had the big planks up against the walls? And the cats went
it was
behind
left
one
over
of them.
from Granny, I think.
They didn't have the planks up against the walls.
Oh no, they were for FNAF. They were for the
For Ground
questioning
Zero.
room for Ground Zero.
Oh, you're right. Yes, they were.
And like, so we had these giant wooden planks leaned up against the wall to look like walls. And one of the cats got behind it because we didn't like nail it to the wall. We just leaned it against the wall. And I have no idea which one it was, but we were downstairs, heard a massive crash, and saw both of them run down the stairs. So they make things fall over every once in a while, but I don't think they've done anything critical.
No, they're good cats.
They're great cats.
Yeah, they do chase each other around and fight. They're as we were setting up the stream in the middle of trying to like check levels and stuff. There was like from out in the hallway. Nate had to stomp out there and chase them away because they were fighting each other right outside the door and yowling and stuff. But usually they're good. It's like twice a day they get into a spat and they like go hug. They hug it out.
YouTube fan TT says if you could pick one character to play, which one would you play? Just one.
Only one character?
Yes.
Oh, be Clefairy. Clefairy's my character.
Aww.
Well, you've already been Clefairy, so.
Oh, as in I have to be somebody different, not somebody that I've already played.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
We could do it either way if you
I
want
was
to.
gonna say Detective Pikachu is a fun one too, but.
Yeah.
A character that I could play. I mean, Kirby would be fun, especially because we've talked about like a musical at some point where Kirby is just eating everything, and so it's like you just sit and you eat cake and ice cream and donuts and you just like piling it all in.
That's just like you in life.
It's pretty much like me. That's why Kirby would be a fun character to play, I think. Plus, I could copy people. They'd be like, "Stop copying me! Stop copying me!"
Hi.
Be
Okay, so AJ is a literal child.
They're in the chat.
Thank you.
As well.
Okay. What about you, Nate? You got a character that you would want to play?
I don't know. I want to be Roadhog from Overwatch.
Oh.
It'd just be creepy. Wear a gas mask, take my shirt off, and be like, "Want some candy?"
Oh, were you gonna write the next guy or?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Shout out to Golden Squid 296. You're in the ball pit.
Golden Squid.
I hope I threw you into the ball pit and not out of the ball
A
pit.
golden squid.
I'm pretty sure they're all in the ball pit.
Okay.
We have this awesome bucket today, by the way, that might look familiar to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
My Lancer bucket
It's a prop, yes, from the most recent musical.
to
Which
catch all the splooshy blood.
we hope you guys saw him catch all the splooshy blood.
I don't think this is splooshy blood though.
Oh no splooshy blood in there. Oh boy. This is gonna be-
I don't know what character I'd want to play though. I feel like I get to play all the fun ones already. I would like to be Jessie again. Can I do again?
You know what?
Probably.
Sure, why not? If you gotta be like that.
All right, I want to be Jessie from Pokemon again. She's fun.
By the way, I have added the ball for the Compton King
Woo!
right here. Somebody pick up the bucket. I want to throw it in the bucket. Not that close. Have Nate. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, is it still on camera?
Oh, maybe.
I think
Hold
so.
it. Hold it back that way.
I don't know.
Back
All right.
that way?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
oh.
Here we go. Ah!
Shame.
Shame. I couldn't do it. All
All
right. Somebody else want to take a throw? Here. I'll just wait.
Find the questions.
Oh, he's gonna find questions. Hey, there we go.
Oh, you have another right there.
Melody, the animatronic.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I'll write it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
This is an easy question to answer. Emerald Bucket wants to know, did I play Lancer in Legendary Heroes? Yes, I did. That was me.
Did you admit who that laugh is based on yet?
No.
We should probably do that.
Yeah, my Lancer voice and the laugh was based on Prince Tricky from Star Fox Adventures. Cause we make fun of him a lot. We're just like, wait up, Fox! So if you've ever played that game and you recognize the voice, that would be why.
Yeah, it's a little exaggerated in ours. But
Yes, and he's got Lancer. Our Lancer has more of a lisp than I think
that's true.
Prince Tricky does.
Yeah.
Wait up, Fox. I'm not doing it.
All right, someone hold this. I'm gonna throw Melody the animatronic into this bucket this time. All right, this is gonna work this time. Ready? Ah!
Oh, he's no, you can't be on the basketball team.
I lose the Ari basketball team.
Aww.
Womp womp. I'm not good at this. That's okay. I wrote the name nice and big, so
It's true.
that's worth something.
Oh, what character would you not want to be? Asks Penny Pickles.
Oh.
First of all, your name is excellent, Penny Pickles.
Penny Pickles. Okay.
Character you don't want to play.
Character I don't want to play.
I can't think of anybody that I don't.
I
want to
specifically
play.
don't want to play. I mean, I can think of somebody off the top of my head that unfortunately isn't as much fun to play, and I could probably extend that to something else. Ganondorf, as much as I love to be Ganondorf, I don't like to have to dress up and put on all the makeup like Ganondorf. So there's probably a character like Ganondorf that would just be so much makeup that it would not be fun to play.
Like Mystique. I don't want to
Yes,
play Mystique.
that's the one I was just thinking about.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you.
So,
I guess if we're going into that realm.
So the Grinch. I don't want to be the Grinch either. That sounds like a terrible costume character to have to play.
I've sort of been the Grinch.
Yeah, but for the most part, there's not a character that I'm opposed to playing.
No, really, I don't think it's the characters at all that are a problem. Like personality-wise, anything's fun mostly.
Mostly.
But when you have to like get into makeup and whatever, and it's like for a film shoot you only have to do it once usually, which is good. I know I did a play in high school where I had to have like my entire face and neck and arms painted like white and green and weird, and then like jewels glued to my face. And I did that performance like 9 times, and that was plus dress rehearsals plus everything. Yeah, no.
All right, so I'm gonna say
was
Undyne.
fun.
I just saw somebody talk about Undertale. And I'm like, Undyne is a version of a character that, unfortunately, I don't think I'd want to play. That just
Aw.
sounds like that would be a tough costume, and
Askmaster's trying to torture you. He's demanding a 5-part Ganondorf musical.
I don't want
Done.
to. I do like Ganondorf. Ganondorf is super fun to play, but that's a lot of makeup.
I feel like we have to answer this question because this is.
Okay, fair. All right, so sometimes people ask for musicals on the channel that are already on the channel. This is one such instance where there was a question, are you going to make a Fortnite musical? Fun fact, there is a Fortnite musical already on Random Encounters.
In fact, we made it this year.
Last year,
Last
technically.
year now.
but
Last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
2018.
Within the last 12 months, we made that. And I'm going to take a small moment to say something that might be annoying to some of you, but let's go. If you missed any of our musicals this year, we are finding that for some reason, YouTube was not alerting everyone when we had a musical come up. So if you missed any, like our Fortnite musical, which was really fun, had Raimi who sang Baby I Love You in it, and he did a great job with this song too. If you missed any of them, see if you've clicked the notification bell and click it if you want to make sure you don't miss any again.
Yeah, you can actually change the settings on your YouTube account to make sure that even if you don't want to say have your phone go off, but you do want to get an email sent to you or something like that that shows what videos we've uploaded this week, that's something you can go change as well. But it all starts with that notification bell because unfortunately the subscription button does not reliably tell you when a video from a channel you're subscribed to goes live. And that's I don't know why they have a subscribe button that doesn't do that reliably, but it doesn't. So yeah, unfortunately that's what we rely on now is the notification bell.
Even as a rule of thumb, we upload every Friday. One of those Fridays every month will be a musical. So at the very least, if you don't want to do those things because you don't want to get notified 100 million times, come back to our channel every Friday.
Every Friday.
Yep, 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. There will be a new video up unless some extraneous circumstance stops us from posting on time. But, you
Yeah.
know, last week was Deltarune. This week was Deltarune bloopers. Next week will be something else, and then there'll be a musical, and so forth, so
Yeah.
forth.
So yeah, it won't be a musical every week. That said, we are changing now. We're going to have featured on our YouTube homepage a different musical every week of the year. Every week there will be some musical that will be highlighted for everybody to watch, and some of them haven't been watched that much. The one this week I think is our Princess Peach song with Angie Viper, and it was made I think in 2012. So it's a pretty old one, but it's still pretty good, and it has maybe 500,000 views. There are 2 million subscribers. That means 1 out of 4 people on our channel have actually watched this video before. That might mean a bunch of you guys have never seen a Princess Peach musical from us, and there's one right now on our YouTube channel for you to watch. Next week there will be something different there that you might not have seen as well. So check back if you can every single week.
Thank you to Guide Sorcery. You're in our ball pit.
Woohoo! Sorry,
I don't
keep
usually do
forgetting his
shout
name.
outs, but I just wanted to mention Oreo is in here right
Hi
now.
Oreo. Hey girl.
We,
Good job with Deltarune. We love how it turned out.
Oh, we do.
Yes.
We're so
Thank you
happy
so much.
with your performance in it.
If you-
You are
Oreo
Chris.
loved our ball pit.
We wish you were here right now. Maybe some other time.
If you guys have not seen her in the Deltarune musical that just came out, go check it out. Like, you can seriously, we'll be here when you get back. Or stay. It's fine.
Yeah. You can see it when we're done chatting too, if you want. Okay, cool. There was a question also. I think it was the super chat, unfortunately.
Oh, about the editing software?
Yes.
Is that what that one was?
Yes. So,
I think it was.
pretty sure.
Yes. All right. So Guide Sorcery also asked, what programs do you guys use to compose and arrange your music? That's changed. It actually was for the longest time a very old piece of software called MIDI Maker. And actually the license key stopped working on one of the recent Windows updates, and which is funny because I paid for this program, but the company went defunct years ago, and there are no updates. It crashes all the time. So what I've started using instead is GarageBand, because it's equally simple to just create music in. Without a lot of fiddly extra doodads and special knobs and stuff. I know that some other people though, for example, when Oreo and Genuine were here filming with us a couple weeks ago, they were talking about Fruit Loops a lot. FL Studio is a good option as well for people, and it's one that I was messing around with a little bit when my software went down. MIDI Maker stopped working. So there's a few easy, not too expensive options. I feel like GarageBand comes free with any Apple computer. But an Apple computer is expensive. FL Studio is I think like $100. You can so if you're serious about trying to make music, that's a good option too. Yeah, but more advanced people will use all sorts of other things. I'm happy to just stick with I think GarageBand for now. Maybe Logic at some point, but ow! Now my foot's asleep.
Jat Watkin wants to know if we can bring a cat into the ball pit. We can. One of the cats does not like it. He actually has started avoiding this room if someone is in the ball pit, I've noticed.
Really?
He doesn't like the noise, and he kind of freaks out if you try to carry him into it at this
That's
point.
weird, 'cause I
So
feel like he used to like it.
he used to be fine with it, I think, when there were fewer balls. Now he really doesn't like it. So I'm going to leave him alone. The black cat, she's usually okay with it, but only if she can climb on a person.
Yeah, she needs to be on an island
Yes.
in a sea of balls.
Too scary otherwise.
Yeah, and I don't like stressing out our cats. So while I have experimented with bringing our cats into the ball pit, I think we're gonna leave them out today. I'm sorry, because I
There's
know
a
you
lot
guys
of
do like the
cords.
cats.
Floating around too.
Yeah.
Cats would probably see our mic right here and want to start batting it.
Yeah, they scramble around all over the place too, so they're more
Yeah.
likely to trip on a wire than we are. Nathan Vlogs, you had a question about Patreon. Specifically, Patreon is hiccuping right now. I don't actually understand the situation myself, but I saw a notification as well that for some reason things are moving slowly on their end. Hopefully it gets fixed in the next couple days. But if you are a Patreon person and you're having troubles with any of your Patreon pledges going through or things like that, just bear with it as we are, because I think they're going to get it fixed. But something strange is going on their back end right now.
I keep seeing someone ask, and I keep missing the name, and I apologize. Someone has been asking if we're going to make a Gravity Falls musical since we've been watching it. We don't have any plans to, but we do think it would be fun to cosplay them at a convention.
It is super fun. That's true.
We've talked about AJ being Dipper and me being Mabel. And,
Shockingly enough.
while we think that Nate would be an excellent Seuss,
I haven't watched the show.
so he's
No.
not down.
So.
But it would be
No.
really cool to cosplay them. I see a lot of people doing it, and I'm always jealous. I think every single sweater that Mabel ever wears is the
It's
best
so good.
sweater.
Yeah, she has like the best wardrobe. to be
Oh my
honest.
gosh! So every cosplay is always fun. But no musical at the moment. But maybe you'll see us in cosplay one day.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
it's a good show. Hi Vinfi, I saw you in the chat, buddy. We have to come get you into this ball pit one day.
Jennifer Russell says that Gwen is her name. I'm confused. I thought your name was Jennifer.
Maybe they're responding to somebody else's question. I don't know.
Well, Vinfi will be Seuss.
Well, there you go.
So there's that. Now we just have to get a convention together. We need a Grunkle Stan. Maybe I should get my
Casey
dad
Dwyer.
to be Grunkle Stan.
Casey Dwyer.
Casey would be
He
a
sounds
good
like Grunkle Stan.
You're right. Yeah, actually, Casey is the ideal Grunkle Stan. Yeah. We're trying to get Casey on another project too, by the way. Obviously, because it's the Sonic project, and he's our Knuckles. So. Oh, let's see. What other questions do we have? What other questions? I see a bunch of them. I just haven't gotten a chance to read all of them. Question.
What
Oh,
was your guys' first game console as kids?
Jacob
says
Evans?
Jacob Evans.
yeah.
Is this the part where we reveal that we're older than they think we are?
I don't know how old you guys think we are. My first console was a Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES.
All right, so I have that beat. My first was the Atari 2600, but the Nintendo Entertainment System is a much better one. And also because I wasn't alive when it came out, it's just my family was always like a generation behind. So we didn't get an NES until a while.
My first one was a Windows 95 PC. I mean,
That's not a console.
You can play Baldi's Basics on that.
That's a PC.
yeah, I don't think I've actually owned a console until
Until-
last year when AJ bought me
Yeah.
a Switch. So
Oh, that's so cute. Now you have a console.
I do. Oh, I've been a
a good
PC
one.
gamer for a long time, guys, and it's taken me a while to get used to a controller.
Oh, yeah. Smash Brothers has helped with that, though.
Yes, I do like Smash Brothers.
Oh.
Oh, you have to write another name.
Oh.
Thank you, Dark Dragon GTX. You're going in the ball pit.
Question for all of you from Dragon GTX. What was your favorite musical you guys made? Favorite musical. I go back and forth between Resident Enos and Baldi's Basics. I think Resident Enos was my favorite one during making it. I think Baldi's Basics is one of my favorites after the fact. That said, the Amiibo song is also one of my favorites. So I have about 3, and I can never pick between them. So I usually pick randomly.
I like Arms.
Arms!
I like Watch Out.
Watch out! Those are both
Both
good.
really good.
So.
What about you? Favorite musical?
It's favorite to watch is always Resident Enos.
I like the way we have to separate
I
like
know.
watch and make.
Favorite to have made is it's always a toss up between Little Nightmares and Doki Doki, for entirely different reasons. So Little Doki Doki. There we go.
Little Doki Doki.
Little Doki Doki. What about you guys? What's your favorite musical to watch on Random Encounters? I can't ask you guys to make, I assume, but if you have made one of our musicals, let us know which of our musicals was the most fun to remake.
Oh.
I like shooting these over my head too.
Emily McGowan wants to know, who is your Smash main?
Smash Main.
DJ doesn't have a Smash main. He
This is
means the
true.
random button.
This is true.
I feel like I've just copied AJ in doing the random button, but I will say Kirby is very fun to play, and actually the Pokemon Trainer I'm really enjoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to use the random button a lot too, but I mean, if you go down to it, like, who you enjoy playing as the most, I like Mr. Game & Watch a lot. I also like Zero Suit Samus and Sheik.
That's weird because those are both really fast characters. Mr. Game & Watch is like a lot slower than either of them.
Yeah.
And yet they're not Sonic, who's just like slippery
Yeah,
and
I
fast.
like
And
Rob.
Fox is too fast. I cannot handle Fox.
Fox doesn't have good gravity.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
like Fox.
That's part of his problem.
Also, Neff and Joe wants us to do a thing.
Oh.
Neff and Joe wants us to also point out that there is a fact linked in our description where I think that question about Smash Bros. Mains is actually potentially answered.
It might be. 'Cause it comes
But
up
yes,
so
we
often.
have a frequently asked questions document that you can find the link to in the description for this video, and it answers a lot of the commonly asked questions. So check it out. You might learn something that you didn't want to know. Probably not. You might
There's
learn
not
something,
those kind of
and
things.
it might be something that you wanted to actually know the answer to. So do that.
Max S had. Will you do another console wars?
Oh,
Will
because
we
there
do
aren't
a
new
like
consoles.
Switch versus? I don't even know.
Xbox
I don't think
One
so.
and PS4.
The Console Wars musical is a good example of an idea we thought would be fun, and I think we did it pretty well for what it was. And yet, not that many people watched it, so it's not something that a lot of the people on the channel want to see when there are all these, dark, edgy horror indie games coming out that people would rather, watch us do something for. So, at the end of the day, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna come back to Console Wars again, just because not enough people click on it. But we will take that original Console Wars, and one of these weeks, it's gonna be on our main YouTube page again for the first time in,
Who knows how long?
I was gonna say decades. I'm like, that's not true.
Oh man.
But it hasn't been up on that main page in about 5 years, probably, or
Because
something.
it was a
so.
really fun song with a really great cast.
And again, it's got probably like 300,000 to 500,000 views on it, which means out of 2.3 million subscribers, 1.7 million people on the channel have not watched it. So,
Shame.
it just
Shame.
means it's a good opportunity to put it back up on there for a week and say, hey, I hope you come back, you 1.7 million people, and maybe see that this is another musical that Random Encounters wrote and directed and made this cool video with some of the same people you might see in other videos later on. Yeah.
Mirek, I assume is the one you want next,
Yeah. I
Um,
see this question a lot. So.
asked, are there any Bubsy games that you like? Are there?
Short answer, no.
Long
Long answer is, other than Bubsy 3D, I don't think there's any Bubsy games I actually hate. I think the Bubsy series is just very generic, sloppily, poorly made platformers. Like, if you're gonna play something that's like a Bubsy game, just play a better platformer.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
kind of
like-
how I feel about it. They're just very mediocre. Like, the first 2-3 games are just meh, and then the new one is meh. But like, yeah, Bubsy 3D was just like not finished and broken and. What are you doing?
Hit me in the face with a ball.
I bopped her on the head with the ball. My bad.
Anyway,
Right on a live stream. Yeah, I was thinking about comparisons are like, there's like a stupid Speedy Gonzales game made by, who is that made all the Looney Tunes games? Sunsoft. I'm like, honestly, that's as good as a Bubsy game. I feel like there's a bunch of Capcom, like Disney themed games out there. Those are all better than Bubsy. Like, there's a bunch of platformer games
like DuckTales.
that are still generic platformers that are better than Bubsy.
Yeah,
It's
I
just-
feel like for a game series that has like a mascot who is supposed to be like the
No.
next big thing,
No.
it was no.
No.
They're just
No.
overly generic and not great in my opinion.
Yeah. That doesn't make them unplayable, except
No,
for maybe.
it doesn't. Yeah, other than Bubsy 3D, I don't think any of them are like so bad they're unplayable. They're
They're
just
just
not great.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could do better.
Bubsy 3D is awful, and nobody should be forced to play that game ever again. I am gonna hunt down and burn all copies of it.
You took one for the team. I'm glad that now we have from the horse's mouth which Bubsy game to avoid at all costs. That's it. There's a new one coming out, right?
There
He's
is
got another new
Bubsy
game coming?
Paws on Fire or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. I'll try it.
Keep your Bubsy collection
I
alive.
have a Bubsy collection simply because Biffalo Bub needed
Beef
one.
now, Bob,
for the
Bubsy,
shovelware wolf.
Bubsy.
But anyway,
Let's get another question. We are closing out soon, so I'll make sure that we
We
get our
are.
questions.
How did the
Yeah.
last hour go by so fast?
I like them still seeing some answers trickle into my question about which musicals you guys like. For example, Kindergarten the Musical, which is one I actually like a lot too. That one was fun to make, to be honest. I should start putting it in my rotation of like which one I pick for which one was the most fun to make. There's something really rewarding about playing everybody in a video and talking to yourself from across the room, wearing a different outfit. That's super fun. What do we got? Oh, I saw somebody referencing Nate's shirt here. Crystal Fox Productions,
yes.
in fact. Nate's shirt and my shirt are available online. We have a store or two that you can get these from, and I think they're in the About section or in the description. So if you want an RE shirt,
We
like Mississippi Beer.
We were talking about remaking this or something at some point.
Yeah.
If you have or haven't seen our Deltarune musical, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. If you have seen it, you know the Beard shows up in the end with his gang of people called the Ooh Crew. And I wore this on the day we did the subscribe screen for it, not even thinking about it. I'm like, I'll just wear my Beard shirt. And like the Ooh Crew is actually on this whole shirt.
Yeah,
like
that is
the
the
Beard,
Ooh
the
Crew.
snake, and he's holding Eisenstein.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a weird coincidence.
It is pretty funny that like predates the Ooh Crew, and yet those are the members of the Ooh Crew. Yeah. So there was a question, Dancy Doodles, will you ever make a Splatoon musical? Not related to Smash. The reason I want to address this one, even though we've said maybe to everything, is because we've tried to make a Splatoon musical actually already. And I don't mean if I was an inkling, because we succeeded at making that. We tried to make a specific Splatoon musical. We actually commissioned Angie Viper to work on some costuming. She was going to be in it as, I think, one of the Squid Sisters, or maybe one of the Off the Hook girls. We had several other people actually cast already as well, and we were even trying to set up dates for filming at YouTube Space LA, and a lot of it actually came apart at the seams. There were just some unfortunate incidences that happened that prevented it from moving forward. There were some family emergencies and things like that. So we put it kind of indefinitely on hold to make sure that everybody we'd cast for it was going to be available and ready to do it. And it actually hasn't still happened because things continue to come up. It's not become such an important project to anybody. And there are a lot of other things that we have tried to move forward with instead. So I don't know if we're going to actually ever get around to Splatoon. But we had started some work. We put a little bit of money into it. I still like the game, so I think it'd be a really fun one to actually make something for still. Maybe one day. But not yet.
We'll hopefully get back around to it, because it wouldn't be.
If we do, I think I'm going to change the idea around a little bit further still.
Ooh.
Because there's been a lot of new stuff, added for Splatoon 2. And when we started working on this, Splatoon 2 was barely a thing. And then, it had just come out and we were like learning a little bit. So, yeah, maybe it'll pay off. Maybe we'll end up with an even better video when it finally does happen. Kind of like Phoenix Wright, I think, improved a lot by waiting for like 5 years. And suddenly we knew everything from the original series, and we liked the characters and followed them, and we watched parts of the stage show, parts of the movie. Like, we had caught up enough to do more with Phoenix Wright than we could have if we made it, on time. So, who knows? Do we have other questions? What other questions do we have? I like that I can find names scattered throughout.
I know. It's actually making me really happy right now. But I have a feeling they're going to get mixed in more the next time we swim around in here. And then we're going to need more names.
I know. I'm excited. Let's see. What do we... the animated gaming fox. Gwen, will you sing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate song?
No. I don't think I'm going to do that right now.
Oh, okay. Might you sing something else on the channel at some point?
Maybe.
Even something old, like a Granny song or something? She's invested a little bit of time looking into Granny's lyrics again, because she had a cool idea she wanted to try.
We are possibly going to rewrite some songs with the help of a computer trying to translate things.
Those are the lyrics. Beep boop beep beep.
No, that's the
I am a computer.
computing
This
it.
is how I talk. Beep boop beep beep boop.
So there might be that coming. And I saw that you just added, but I have such a great voice, and I appreciate that. I really do.
I really do have a great voice.
No.
I really do appreciate it, is what you mean?
I appreciate it.
I really do. I really do have a great voice. You know it.
And I will be back in future musicals, and I will do my very best to sing more things. But I'm not gonna lie, I woke up an hour ago. It's not gonna go well. Let's just not.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that could be fun. We've talked about a couple ideas where we get to bring back some old songs and re-perform them a little differently. So we'll see if that's something that ends up coming up. That gamer said meow. Wanted to know if we're going to be on Discord after this. Like I said at the beginning of this, I have been really bad about being on Discord lately, so I should probably try to jump on for a few minutes. But I also know we have lunch plans at some point today.
Some point.
And I actually been working on music before coming up here. So I have definitely some music writing that I need to be doing today as well. So I can't stay on very long, but I might try to hop on. Nate, are you gonna hop on after this too, or?
Not after this, but I'm
Okay.
kind of more on here and there. I'm more
You're
on.
a moron. He said it.
I'm
He
a
saved us
moron.
all the work.
I'm on it more often than AJ, just here and there as it is, so I don't feel the need to generally hop on
Oh,
like,
yeah.
for a dedicated amount of time.
I do it out of guilt. Nate just does it casually.
Someone wants to know what the big blue ball in the ball pit is doing.
It's there to bounce these off of. I was gonna say I have to actually.
They were in our prop garage.
There we
If
go.
you've seen our Arms musical, you may actually recognize them as Master Mommy's hands, basically. They were on a shelf in the garage with the props, and we were like, are we ever going to use these again? Should we throw them away? They're taking up a lot of space, and I was like, well, I can just throw them in the ball pit. I'm like,
Yeah,
so we threw them in the ball pit.
they're more fun back there. We'll probably try to create some games in the future to play in here. So we'll get like a basketball hoop. We might actually play a game where you try to catch these in the bucket. We might do a game where you have to bank it off of the blue balls back here into the out of the ball pit.
Oh no!
I'll pick that up later. Who knows? The possibilities are endless.
Wooly Tayana wants to know, have you ever spoken a language and didn't know what you were saying?
Possibly, but I probably didn't realize I didn't know what I was saying.
I was going to say, these two have both traveled to Japan, so I assume you were told how to say some Japanese?
I know I
or-
aborted saying something to somebody when I realized I didn't know how to finish the sentence. So I just kind of stopped in mid-sentence and then turned around and ran away. It was awkward.
Yeah, I feel like I guess you don't know exactly what you're saying, but when someone tells you that you say that and that's what it means, you assume they're not lying to you if they're like from Sega. You know, they were simple things too, like, you know, like thank you or like how much, or
Yeah.
it wasn't like,
Oh, I did it. I did it.
Oh, sorry,
Wow.
people. Any headphone users? AJ was
Oh.
derping around.
Oh, I was
and
playing
hit
with the
mic
balls
with
in
a
here.
ball.
And, oh.
That was probably loud.
Boop.
Oh.
Sorry. I shouldn't do that. My bad. My bad. Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. You're going to hit the mic off my head.
No. And AJ and I went to France, and I think both of us, I'm still trying to figure out what in the world we did so wrong about saying the word chicken that they just laughed at us every time we tried to order chicken.
Poulet.
French speakers of the world, please explain what in the world did we do wrong?
Poulet. You have to say it with like enough gusto, I think. When you're like poulet, 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 that's what makes them laugh.
But I definitely had a question of like, am I accidentally saying something else? I don't think so. What's going on? Speaking
Yeah.
other languages when you don't know them well is scary.
Yeah. We don't speak a lot of them, so. Let's see. We got time for maybe one more question?
Mm-hmm.
Whose other question should we do?
Make it a good one.
Who's got one last question for us?
One last question. Oh,
Close
this is so
out
sad.
this beautiful live stream
Well, the good
until
news is-
next month.
Yes, there will be another live stream, hopefully from this ball pit again, because this is supposed to be our streaming space from now on. And
there you
we
go.
might even
How
get to
about
do
this
some
one?
gaming from here at some point. Okay, that is a good question.
Lone Alpha 2. Question. Snake was gathering characters from Smash in random videos in our past. What was that about?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that. Who wants to explain?
I mean, at its basis, there was a plan. There
was an
There was an
idea.
idea to get a bunch of people together with Super Bottle. There was a time when we wanted to do a thing called the Smash Brotherhood. We technically still want to do it, I think.
Yes.
And basically it was going to be kind of like, you know, the Avengers. You know, how Nick Fury goes around and gets like Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, etc., etc., etc. The idea was that Snake was the placeholder, I assume just because he had an eye patch.
Yeah.
He was going to go around and get all these different characters to team up and fight against, you know, I assume like Master Hand or other people that were trying to like vie for control of the Smash Balls or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't know
Yep.
the exact plot that AJ had, but I mean, you can go on more about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it was Smash Brothers mixed with the Avengers, and because we were doing enough songs about different characters from the Smash Brothers. We thought, wouldn't it be cool to basically build kind of like a collective universe between them, and have eventually a storyline come out of it. So that was the general premise. We did one episode of the actual Smash Brotherhood series, which was basically a way back introduction to kind of setting the stage for things. And unfortunately, viewership wasn't that strong on it. We realized a little too late that Nintendo, as much as we enjoy it, not everybody on the channel does. So there are a lot of people that would rather we spend our time with, again, more like indie games and things that Let's Players are playing, and not old games or, Smash Brothers obviously just got a new entry. But so it's something that we still want to do at some point. There's several events scripted for characters that haven't even been introduced yet to the show, and that's a shame. Hopefully one day we do get to come back around to it, because at the end of the day I think it's a really good idea, but there are so many characters and so many visual effects that it would take a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of people to pull off. And we explored using animation instead, since a lot of those problems could be fixed by having everything be animated. But it would take a lot of animators as well. So
It
I
still
think
takes money. So there's still the money and time.
Yeah, I think in the end, when I was pricing things out, like a 3-minute video professionally produced, like you see on a lot of other channels, it normally costs a team up to $8,000 to $10,000 for like 3 minutes. So if you can imagine us trying to pull together $8,000 to $10,000 over and over and over again to make however many episodes of this, it's an expensive project, and it would go on for years potentially. And I just don't think we have the capital to do that. To say nothing of if Nintendo decided they actually didn't like us doing it and then said take that back down, that would be a lot of money we put into a lot of things that we could no longer do anymore. And we'd be like, well, that's a cool thing just to show people when they come over to hang out with me. But we got to make sure that it's not something that they would ever tell us, take that back down. We don't like what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And we are Nintendo ambassadors, so maybe we could work something out with them. They've been good to us in the past. But it's not something we're going to pursue right now, because we just don't have that kind of money. Unfortunately. Maybe one day. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters who are helping us work toward that one day. Actually, thank you guys, all you super chatters as well today. We're glad to have names in the ball pit, but everybody who didn't, that was here just to watch, thank you for watching. Thank you for asking questions. Like Gwen said, we have another one coming up in a month.
We do, and we will hopefully see all of you guys back. We like hanging out with you guys. And if you want to hang out with us other places, of course, we're on YouTube. New video every Friday. All 3 of us are on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Like, there's plenty of places to come and chill with us, and we love hearing from you guys. So come find us. Are we?
I think we're all wrapped up for this week.
All right.
Yeah. So
we're gonna say goodbye.
we are gonna say goodbye. You guys know how we say goodbye here, right? If you're new and this is your first time, then maybe this is gonna be a shock. But we do this beard salute at the end. You might have seen it in some other videos too. So yeah, you guys ready? We're gonna beard salute out of here.
Oh, we're gonna beard salute.
Here we go. AJ, beard salute.